Welcome back, guys. Episode 6 of Overtime. Today we've got TJ Stearns, who is a senior in guard for the Hersey Hoops team, and Coach Austin Scott. How's your winter break, guys, coming back?
It was good. It was pretty relaxing. Good to be with the family. Just nice little break away from school. I'm ready to be back.
Great break. Pleasure as always to be back at 1900 East Thomas Street.
Yep.
You know, where dreams are made.
So you guys played at the Pekin tournament over winter break. You guys played 2 games, correct?
4 games.
4 games, sir.
Yeah.
So Moline, Pekin, and then
United Township.
United Township on the same night of the day that we played Pekin at 9 o'clock at night, and then we played Peoria Richwoods in the tournament finale.
Gotcha. So that went all well. Didn't finish with the way you wanted to, but still some fun.
Yeah, I thought it was a good experience for our team. Moline is a perennial, really solid program in the state, and we were able to beat them. And they have some nice wins now over area teams. They beat Lake Zurich in the Consolation Championship, and then beat Carmel pretty handily in a shootout last weekend. So it's a win that looks good on our resume for us, and I thought we played hard and earned that win. The Pekin experience was an awesome experience to play them on their home floor. 12:45 on a Friday afternoon. There was about 2,000 people there.
So they got a lot of people to show.
Yeah, it was an interesting Central Illinois circus.
Were they heckling you guys?
I wasn't out there on the floor.
So you couldn't really hear it.
Yeah, I know TJ played a little bit in the first half of that game right in front of their student section, so he might have a little bit more insight.
I wasn't really listening to what they were saying.
Good, that's the right answer. That's the right answer. I know, James was saying a little bit. It's kind of, they were saying things that, you don't always get away with in District 214 up here from the stands. So that's a good environment for him and a good high school basketball atmosphere.
So let's recap the game against Conant last night, starting with throughout the whole game, Conant made a lot of threes, and a lot of them were open threes. What are some keys you think to defending the 3 ball?
Yeah, I think the biggest key in defending the perimeter, a lot of times, like, teams will make extra passes or they'll make a skip pass and then one more pass, and it's scrambling to a two-handed closeout for us and making sure all those threes are contested. I think a lot of times last night they were able to get some uncontested threes. It's always easier as a shooter when you don't have any hands in your face. One hand makes it difficult, 2 hand makes it hard. And to Conant's credit, they hit a lot of big threes last night. At times in the game where we were looking to push the lead, where it was at 8 or 10 or even I think 12 one point. They came back with a 3 to narrow the deficit, and they hit some in the fourth quarter. I thought Daniel Hong for them made some really tough shots.
Yeah.
Pull-up jump shots or the threes over Scott, or Scott draped on him. He's a sophomore. He's going to be a really nice player for them.
Perfect. So moving into number 2, Coach Scott, when we got rebounds on the offense or defensive side, I would always hear you yelling things like go or push. We're assuming that means like you want to push a tempo on Conant. So what do you want the tempo to be against like Meadows, and were you satisfied with like the tempo last night?
Yeah, I think at times, certainly, I was satisfied with the tempo. I want us to rebound the basketball and secure those rebounds and then sprint the floor. I think, in watching some clips last night, I think Griffin Ginder ran the floor really hard and got some opportunities that way. Ben Randall ran the floor pretty hard sometimes, and Dan Clausen always does that. Whenever your bigs are running the floor hard, it creates easy opportunities for us offensively, and anytime you can take easy transition points, you will. We have to move the ball up with the pass a little bit more. Okay, the ball moves a lot quicker with the pass than it does when we dribble it, so we got to push it up the sideline. And like you said, against Meadows, any opportunity you can get to get easy points and then make them work for their points, I think that's a good strategic advantage for us.
Okay.
So Griffin Ginder did a good job at coming off the bench in the first half, dropping 6 points in the first half. I know he had more in total. How much do you value your guys coming off the bench and contributing?
I think our bench is huge. I love to have those guys that bring energy off the bench. Whether it be TJ, Clay, Luke Martin, Alec Nomowitz, or guys like Andrew Wagner, Griffin Ginder. anytime you come off the bench, it's definitely a more difficult role to step into a game, like warming up, then sitting down, then coming back in. But it's awesome to have guys coming off the bench. Brent Wolf is another example that come off the bench and bring you energy. I think Luke Martin does a tremendous job with that. He comes in sometimes minute at a time, 2 minutes at a time, largely for defensive purposes, but he changes the game. He changes the pace of the game. Andrew was great at that at the beginning of the year, and I think Griffin's identity as a player on our team is like he's going to go after every rebound, whether it results in a foul or not. He doesn't care, and that's an awesome thing for him. He goes after every rebound, whether he's on the opposite side of the floor or underneath the backboard. He gets his hands on a lot of balls, and he makes guys box out and be disciplined and solid. And I think that's really valuable to our team. I think we've had the advantage in bench points against teams a lot of time this year. And we play a lot of guys, and they come in and are ready to score when they do come in, and that's a good thing.
Just a little side thing. Does Ginder have the highest vertical on the team?
I don't think he does. I think in terms of measurable vertical, standing vertical, I think.
Yeah. When we did in the summer, he got number one actually on the little mat thing that we do in the
sleeper.
gym.
TJ Stearns is up there.
Oh, right.
I got second.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's different with verticals. I know you guys like Ben Randall can jump as well, and a lot of Andrew Wagner has a high vertical. But sometimes some guys are better standing jumpers, other guys are better running jumpers. So it's just a lot of different combinations. But he is a great athlete for his size, certainly.
Yeah. So Meadows and Conan, I'd say they're pretty different teams, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So what do you plan on doing on Friday to get off a better start on the offense?
Yeah, I think against Rolling Meadows, obviously Rolling Meadows is undefeated in conference play right now at 3-0. It'll definitely be a close game. I think we need to play with confidence. Take care of the ball, get shots every time, and make them work for everything from our defensive standpoint. But I think it'll be a really close game. So we got to make sure that we maximize and are efficient with our offensive effort.
I like it.
Obviously, the biggest threat you're going to face on Friday is going to be Max Christie, probably the biggest threat you're going to face all season. What are you going to adjust defensively to contain him? If you want to announce who's guarding him, you don't have to, but who will it be?
Tej, what do you think's important?
Well, honestly, it's Max Christie. We probably won't have one guy guarding him the entire game. Well, it'll be a team effort, honestly. But we just need to know where he is at all times. Like when he drives, be able to help from the help line and just close out when he shoots and just be aware of where he is at all times.
Yeah, and I think when you have a guy who people are going to pay money to watch play in a couple of years, Max Christie, in a high school game, you gotta throw a lot of different things at him, and you gotta, help from a lot of different places, double team from a lot of different places, so he stays uncomfortable. Yeah. And Max is tremendously intelligent from a basketball perspective too, and you have to almost kind of think like him, like he's seen it all at this point in his junior year, right? Like he's seen box and ones, he's seen double teams, he's seen zones, he's seen 1-3-1s, and he's pretty solid at understanding what's happening and getting good looks for his team, and he's very unselfish. So I don't think you're going to catch him with anything like he's never seen before. But you have to be solid at what you do. All right, and we're not going to throw a ton of gimmicks, I don't think, but we are going to throw a lot of different defenses at them and make them adjust. But it's not going to be one guy. It's not going to be like
everyone's going to help out.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. So, TJ, these last two are specifically to you. Obviously, Coach Guy has anything you can add in. So, when you come onto the court, what do you focus on most? Or, in other words, what do you think your role is?
Probably more on the offensive side. I can shoot, I would say, and I can also drive and create open looks for my other teammates and such. But I'd definitely say more on the offensive side I like to specialize on.
I like it. So 7, you have managed and you still manage multiple mega Instagram pages. If you want to shout them out, go ahead, unless you want to keep your face.
Yeah.
Shout out Whack. Shout out Whack.
Follow Whack. So how is it managing all these accounts while also in school and then fully focused on basketball?
It's a little stressful, but just like Coach Scott says, good players adjust, and so like when I have basketball, I'm obviously like not posting on those accounts or whatever, but that's only for like 2 or 3 hours of the day, and those other hours of the days I'm posting, just trying to gain more followers and get a bigger platform.
Can I ask a few questions in regards to this matter? So, what are the Instagram accounts that you currently manage?
I currently have Whack, and then I have like Strange Facts IG, but I mainly focus on Whack because that's the biggest one, and I think that has the biggest potential.
Okay,
coming
so
years.
how many times do you post per day, or is it like 1 post per day, 3 posts per week? Like, what kind of formula do you have?
I literally just post as much as I can per day. So like on a good day, I could probably get up around like 10 or 12 posts, and on a basketball filled day when I don't have a lot of time to be on my phone, I'll probably get up like 3 or 4 posts. Yeah.
And so how it's memes, correct?
Yeah.
Is the content. So how do you harvest the memes that you share?
I look around like all over the internet, and I feel that I have a decent sense of humor. So like what I find funny, I have a feeling other people find funny. So
do
whatever.
people DM you like me?
Yeah. People all the time DM me memes, and they're like, "Oh, here you go. You can post this or whatever."
So is it kind of like celebrity culture in the sense like when you open Instagram, and I know like the direct messages pop up in the top right, is your number like?
Yeah, like
50 DMs.
Yeah, like
So I've gotten like 4 DMs in my Instagram history. So
the requests are always at like 99 plus, and I try to look at them as much as I can. Like occasionally I'll go look at them, and a kid from like Hersey will DM me, so I'll respond to him or something. But like before every night, I try to go through my inbox and just respond to whoever, and just clean it up.
And this is just a passion that you just learned how to do kind of on the fly when you were younger in high school, or?
I thought about it, and us teenagers were on our phone a decent amount, so like might as well try to make some money off of it.
You gotta get it where they live.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, so that is the end of our questions.
Unscripted, or are we going?
We got unscripted.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Unless
man.
you've got any other questions.
No, man. I will say, like, I am fascinated. Like when I heard that TJ managed these accounts with hundreds of thousands of followers, I was like blown away. I remember finding out at Northern Illinois team camp, right?
Yeah.
I think someone told me like, "Hey, TJ makes like big money on Instagram." I'm like, "What?" Then I had him explain it to me, and then he's very I won't say secretive, but he's very close to the vest with like how he does it, or else if everybody had TJ's skills,
you can't share
they would do it, right? But I can't say I follow the accounts. I have to follow the accounts just to see what's going on out there. But like he's an entrepreneur, man, and I think that anytime you can create your own source of income, like TJ has done, like, man, I'm sure that money's come in handy.
Yeah.
That's good. Not everyone can do that. Not everyone's that creative. Not everyone's that intelligent, and not everyone's able to apply their creative intelligence in a way that TJ's done. So I'm super proud of him for that.
Good for you, TJ.
Thank you.
All right, so now to the unscripted part.
All right.
So a couple of these are just repeats. I got new ones at the end.
Okay.
So first, if you had to pick out a walkout song, what would be it? What would it be? And whatever first comes to mind.
I'd say probably "Pull Up" by Lil Mosey. That's a nice soft song that I think the crowd would like.
Lil Mosey.
Yeah.
Unfamiliar. I have to do my research.
He's a newer rapper.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this back at you, Hanson. What would your walkout song be?
Let's see. I'm not a big fan of rap, so I don't think it would be rap.
Okay.
Mine is more EDM with some of
dubstep, letting the beat drop a little bit.
Yeah, so mine would probably either be the Chainsmokers, Martin Garrix, or Skrillex.
Okay, Connor.
So,
I'd probably go with something Drake. Like I know a lot of the players said Drake. I like Drake too. I would
like
agree with
old
that.
Drake, like Headlines Drake, or like new Drake, like God's Plan Drake.
I'd go with the older Drake.
Okay,
Like
I
some
love
older
it. I
stuff.
love it.
Retro.
I love it.
Yeah.
Great answers. Great answers.
all right, so next, what is your pregame snack?
Ooh, I usually try to eat like a couple hours before the game. I'll usually have like a bagel or something with a banana because I think that really
Yep,
it
keeps you
keeps me
energized.
full but not too full.
I like
you know
it.
what I mean?
I like
Yeah.
So TJ, you are a pretty energized guy, as well as being a pretty good shooter. So if you were to hit a dagger game-winning shot, what is your celebration?
Oh, I'd probably do the typical Carmelo Anthony 3 to the head.
Big New York guy.
Big New York.
Yeah, TJ's a
Also
Yankee
Yankees.
fan.
Yeah.
Are you a Knicks fan too then?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so that's
Not a
mellow.
Nets.
I remember when that
No,
was
yeah, not a Nets.
Or Mets.
No.
no Nets, no Mets. Come on, Hanson.
Yeah.
That's like New Jersey.
Hey, one of my friends likes the Mets and the Knicks.
Well, isn't it? The Mets are in Flushing, which is Queens, right?
Yeah, that's
People
Queens,
usually
yeah.
say Yankees, Giants,
Yeah.
Jets, Mets.
Oh,
So, yeah, Yankees fans,
Oh, yeah,
Giants.
Giants,
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Giants had a rough go this year.
Yeah.
He didn't want to talk about the Giants
I don't know
very
what
much.
they're doing.
Did you have Saquon in fantasy?
No, I did not. I took a year off of fantasy
Okay.
just to focus.
So, in your mind, who do you think is the biggest trash talker on the team?
Ooh.
I would probably say Ethan Roberts.
Ebo.
He likes to let you know how he's feeling, but he's a good player, you know. And when he stays focused, he can really accomplish some great
I like
things.
it. And Ebo gets a lot of votes on that question.
Yeah.
So we asked Scott this last podcast. So who is your celebrity crush?
Oh, yeah. Love this question.
Celebrity crush.
Love this question. Don't think that they won't hear this, man. This is going viral.
Not Megan Fox now, but
Not
Megan
that
Fox
more.
from like Transformers 2.
Transformers?
Yeah,
Okay.
from Transformers 2.
So if you were to run into Megan Fox, would you tell her, like, hey, you used to be my celebrity crush when you were in Transformers. Now you've kind of lost a step? I mean, come on.
I would tell her she's looking great, but she's maybe lost a couple steps.
Jeez, you guys are savage.
Is that your answer?
Yeah, Megan
All right,
Fox.
I
I'd
like
say,
it.
yeah.
You never asked me mine.
I'll ask you.
You never asked me
who's your-
mine
who's
for
your-
celebrity
I thought you
crushes.
answered last week.
Did I?
Was
I don't
it just
think
Scott? Maybe it was just Scott.
I think it was just Scott.
Yeah, well,
Now, mind you
let's
guys,
ask you.
this is a little out of your age demographic,
Okay.
but there's a show on MTV
Mhm.
when I was in high school called The Hills in Laguna
seen
Beach. Lauren Conrad
All right.
of The Hills was my celebrity crush. Still
Like,
is.
so as a kid, it was too.
As a kid, as an
It's
adult,
always
I
been?
throw out, via text message, I use a lot of GIFs. GIFs?
Yeah.
GIFs? All my GIFs are Lauren Conrad GIFs. She covers every emotion in the spectrum, man.
So do you send him to the basketball team?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
Like Rogo, he doesn't know who it is, but he gets a ton
Just
of
so
Lauren
he gets
Conrad
it.
GIFs. Like there's one where she's going like this, there's one where she's excited. I'll send you one time.
I'll have to see it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
check it out. So this is a new one. Did Jake? Did he play basketball here? at
Yeah,
Hersey?
he did.
So, and did your dad play at Rolling Meadows?
Oh, yeah, he did.
So if all four of you guys, your other two brothers and your dad, were all at the same height, who would win in a game of 21?
Easily me.
You?
Because, I think...
Wow, very confident there.
It's over years of evaluating playing
Okay.
against them. I feel that
You could pull it out.
I'm best offensive. I feel like 21's a big offensive game. You gotta create like your shots and such,
Mhm.
because you have two defenders sometimes on you. You know what I mean? And I feel that offensively, I was better than Jake. Jake and Ryan are more defensive minded. I would say.
I'd say Ryan is one of the top defenders on the freshman team. TJ's a little older, so I've given him an advantage there. I've never seen Jake play, and I've never seen Mr. Stearns play. Now, that said, I know he was on a really good Meadows team that went downstate,
Yeah.
so his resume speaks for itself. I'd be interested in tuning in. I'd
That'd be a
subscribe.
good game to
I'd
watch.
subscribe on YouTube.
So this is a little different question. This is not about basketball, but who do you guys think will win the NFL playoffs?
I gotta go Chiefs.
Chiefs?
I feel
Okay.
like their
Patty Mahomes.
heartbreak loss last year will make them ready this year.
Packers.
Sure, too. Packers.
Duh.
Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Huge Packers fan.
Yeah.
Rodgers, when you had number 12 on your team, Max, you always feel confident.
Unfortunately, the Bears have never had a QB like that.
Yeah, and they never will because they don't draft well. So
True.
enjoy number 10 because he's a keeper.
Yeah. We're having fun with him. So this one, obviously, if you guys don't want to answer this, you don't have to. But if there was an all-star game for all the teams in the MSL, I don't believe there is one, right? Correct.
No.
And you guys get one vote on your team, who would it be as of today?
On one from our team?
From
or
your team, yeah.
Probably. I want to.
It's up to you.
I'd say it's between like James, Rogo, and Ebo.
Okay.
So then I would probably send it to Coach. What do you think between those three?
I don't know. All-Star Game culture a lot of times is like no defense and it's up and down and like who can do the craziest dunks.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe
Right.
Ben Randall.
So I think
So
if you get Ben Randall some
Yeah.
like fast breaks, like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh, wow.
if you
Forgot
watch
about
him in
Randall.
practice,
Does he dunk a lot in practice?
Oh.
crazy.
Does he?
And like you gotta kind of get under his skin and get him angry a little bit. Then he starts to like do some powerful dunks, but he can do some cool stuff.
Can he?
Yeah, and so he'd be my All-Star Game pick because I think he'd be
He'd
a
the
crowd
best one.
pleaser.
Yeah, definitely.
But Ethan's got a little flash in his passes, you know.
Okay.
Scott would be wanting to like pick up full court.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
you know,
He'd
press.
play all out.
You know.
So this is the last one that I had. Obviously, Coach Scott, you've always got some good questions. If you have anything that comes to mind, go ahead and ask. But if you were to only manage one of your Instagram accounts you've ever had, which one would you choose?
I'd probably say Whack, honestly.
Whack?
Yeah, the one that I currently, because I've run,
Whack.
yeah, Whack. I've done like OBJ accounts because I was a big Odell Beckham fan.
universe.
Yeah, that's how I got into it. But probably Whack because it makes me the happiest, just because it's like fun memes. Yeah, like everyone.
Now, do you have to
enjoys
like
it.
patrol the comments? Because I know like
Yes.
sometimes
Like, do you
internet.
limit them, or do you just?
No, I don't limit them, but I occasionally look through them just to
Okay.
make sure kids aren't wilding out.
Like I saw
Getting out
on
of
the
hand.
news, like Lindsay Lohan recently. Don't ask me how I know this, but she posted from the Golden Globes with Tom Cruise and somebody else, and she had to turn off the comments because they were like coming at her. Do you have
No,
to ever
yeah.
turn off the comments?
Occasionally, yeah. If it's like a post that people are getting rowdy on, I'll just turn off the comments. That way, everyone's
Yeah.
safe and just
Internet police, man.
yeah.
It's crazy stuff.
All right. That's it. Anything else you guys want to shout out or mention?
Yeah, I want to send a quick shout out to the girls program. They're doing an awesome job this year. They have a ton of great players and are really fun to watch. So if you haven't made it out to see the girls yet this year, they play in prime time at 7:30 at Meadows, which will be a great game. You know, Mary Kate Fahey, Mary McGrath, Katie Idle. Merwicki is fun to watch when she comes in. A ton of great players, supremely well coached by Coach Fenley and Coach Barthel. So if you haven't seen the girls team yet, they're one of the better programs in the area, and they play together and they play super hard. So come out to our game at 6 o'clock against Meadows on Friday, and then stay for the girls game because that'll be a great game.
Got 2 games to watch on Friday against Meadows. All right, guys. Thank you for coming in. We'll see you at Meadows on Friday, and good luck this weekend and on Tuesday.
All right. Thank you
Thank you,
guys for
yeah, of
having us
course.
as always. Always a pleasure to listen.